Well, let's see. There you go.
Here we go. Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of 352 Blitz. I almost said Sports Talk. 352 Blitz. It is episode 20 of the rebrand. 20 weeks going strong for you guys. I know we've been recording on different days throughout the week, but I got to understand we're all grown men. We all got lives. He has a wife and a kid. You know what I mean? So it's not easy planning it, but we're still trying to our best to be consistent and get everything going. Um, but before we get into everything, as usual, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Follow us everywhere. That includes TikTok, Twitter, Threads, Instagram, all that stuff. Follow us there at 352 Blitz, all the same username, all one word as usual. And like we said, if we say anything you guys think we say stupid or you don't agree with, if you think one of our takes sucks, we would love to hear your takes as well. We would love to hear your opinions as well. So leave a comment under it. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and get into it. Before we get into it as well, first off, we want to send our prayers to Bronny and the James family. That's scary, and we're not gonna get too deep into it, but we know some people out there trying to say their conspiracy theories on why it's happening, and that's just a bunch of BS. We want to make sure that you guys understand our stance on that is that we're not thinking like those people at all. We know that some things happened to him, and we just hope that he gets healthy and that he gets treatment he needs and recovery he needs, and just our well wishes and our peace and our thoughts and prayers and everything to their family. But another big shout out to Mechie. We saw that he got cleared to practice now after that battle with leukemia. That's another blessing for him to make it through that. But I'm glad that he's back on the field. He was smiling, looking happy, looking like back to his normal self. So hope that he continues to flourish and get more healthy and has a good season as well, bro. I know he missed his rookie season, but hopefully he has a good sophomore season to make up for it. For sure, man. Let's get into it, bro. First things first, Mr. Saquon Barkley. He's a funny individual, to say the least. Very, very funny individual. So he, after all that riffraff and all the meetings with the other running backs and all the other stuff, he ended up signing a 1-year deal worth $11 million. And I know you kind of had some thoughts about that. When you first saw that news, what did you think?
So when I first saw the news, it kind of didn't really make sense to me in the fact that he was just on a call with all the other elite running backs the night before. Like literally legit the night before he was on a call with all the elite running backs to see how they could battle whatever whatever stigma the running back position has in the NFL and why they're not getting paid, right? That was the whole thing. And the next day, I'm not sure around what time it was, but he signs the $11 million contract for 1 year. What doesn't make sense to me is that you do all this riffraff hoopla talking for God knows all this off season, right?
Yeah.
And then you got offered a contract from the Giants that was, I'm pretty sure, not even that far off from what he got, $11 million. He was asking for something like 15 something million dollars, but then you ended up with 11 for 1 year, which means it's a year older, right? To me it's just clown activity. To be honest, I didn't want to come out too forward like that, but it's just like clown activity to me because you're like behind scenes talking about this crap, talking about this riffraff, talking about we have a stigma and blah 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 blah, and then you sign 1 year contract, 1 year. You blow your knee, yeah, you got your $11 million, but who's gonna sign you the next year instead of signing a 3-year deal, a 4-year deal that you probably had $40-50 million guaranteed, or most of it guaranteed. That way, if your knee explodes this year, the next year, your money's still guaranteed. It goes to you. But now, it's a prove it year because it's $11 million. Prove it year, and then even if you do prove it, even if he does prove it, why would they sign him? Like how much more money are they going to give him? It just doesn't make any sense to me. It's like I said, it's clown activity, in my opinion. Maybe there's other things behind the scenes that we don't really know, but at the end of the day, it's like you're saying one thing, you're going to running back meetings the night before, and then the next day you're signing a contract of $11 million when you were so against that. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I think that signing was kind of productive, and I think you hit it right on the head when you said if he gets injured next year, this upcoming season, that's it. He's already had pretty injuries already, you know what I mean? So it's just like it's stupid. And I thought the whole point of the meetings with the other running backs and everybody else was that running backs should get long term deals and higher paying contracts. Which I was like, okay, cool. If you guys are unionizing together, especially the top running backs, you guys could do something. But the fact that you did all that and then went against everything that you just did, that's kind of setting everything back. I don't get it. I saw some other tweets where they were saying that he could reconstructure his contract and actually make money down the line. But it's like he could, but like he should have just waited longer to do that instead of just signing that 1 year, $11 million contract and then going from there. Like I don't get it. Go ahead.
And the thing is that he could still get tagged, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
that's still an option for the Giants. And even if you get tagged and you become a free agent, again, you sign a 1 year deal. Anything can happen in football. He's been injured most of it pretty much every year except last year. He's been injured, and that's since he came into the league. So who's to say that this year he blows up his knee or he gets injured with his ankle and he misses majority of the season? Then other teams are going to be like next year, like, man, why would I pay you $11 million, $15 million if for 6 years out of the if 5 years out of the 6 years that you've been in the league, or however many years he's been in the league, you've been injured. You've had one injury-free season. The rest you've been injured. I'm not going to pay you $15 million for that.
Right.
It's just to me, like I said, it doesn't really make sense to me. Like you're saying one thing and then you're acting a different way, just kind of wishy-washy. But I mean, to the Giants' point, I mean, it's good. They got Saquon Barkley. Obviously he's a special talent. They also signed their right tackle for a big contract as well, which is great to see. This is something that to Omar, and then nobody that knows Omar, but I mean people that watched the episodes before with Omar, he's a big Giants fan, and I've been advocating to him and saying like, you guys need to draft offensive linemen. That's the
Yep.
whole everything in football is the trenches. You need a good D line, you need a good offensive line, and they always drafted a wide receiver, like Odell, or they drafted Saquon Barkley, where they could have had another running back. I mean, another offensive lineman, and it's just like it didn't make sense. But now, when you see um, the new GM, the coach, they're trying to revamp that offensive line and defensive line, and they did that last year and this year. And look where it took them. I mean, they made the
Yep.
playoffs, beat the brakes out of beat the brakes out of the Vikings. And so it's just like it's paying off. So I think for the Giants, it's a good thing. For Barkley, it just doesn't make any sense. I guess
Yep.
that's what I guess that's what it is. It doesn't make sense on one end. For Giants, it's a heck of a deal. He's $11 million. Ball out for me, and next year, you don't want $11 million. You can go ahead hit free agency. Let me know
Yep.
how.
Facts. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think Saquon, I mean, first off, good business by the Giants. I'll give them that. That was good business by them. They made a good, smart decision on their end. But like you said, I think Saquon's being stupid for that. I think his agent did him dirty with that one. But I mean, at the end of the day, hopefully that he gets to reconstruct his contract and still get franchise tag or do something where he can still make money. Hopefully he doesn't get hurt either. Because if he gets hurt, that might be curtains, bro. He's already injury prone, like I said. So, I mean, we'll see. But I had a question for Jay, but he's not here, so we'll save it for next week. But let's go ahead and move on then. So Tyreek Hill recently said, I don't know if this was on a podcast or just on Twitter or something, but he said that when he retires, he's going to retire. Well, not retire, but when he goes to the Hall of Fame, he's going to go to the Hall of Fame as a Miami Dolphin instead of a Kansas City Chief. What do you think about that?
Um, what that says to me is that there were the ending of him and the Chiefs was not as friendly as we thought, or as they made it seem, because granted, we don't know what's going to happen this year, next year, or the next year that he's there, because I mean, not the Vikings, the Miami Dolphins may be able to win a Super Bowl, right?
Yep.
I highly doubt it, but they may be able to do so. But you're talking about a team in the Chiefs where the majority of your career was made, right? And not only that, you won a Super Bowl there. That's where you became the Sheeta. So it doesn't really make sense to me in us. Well, no, it does make sense to me, but What doesn't make sense to me is that why the Dolphins after just one season? You know, like you're comparing 7 seasons to one, and it's not like he had a way more successful season last year with the Dolphins than he did with Mahomes and the Chiefs. So to me, I think like the ending, there's some type of he has some type of oh man, what's that word? Just like hmm, it's I guess just I forgot the word I was trying to say, but just he's just something against the GM and something against the owner with the Chiefs
Mhm.
that he didn't get the contract that he wanted, but he did get it from the Dolphins, and so because of that, and because I guess he felt some type of disrespect from the Chiefs, now he wants to go into Hall of Fame with the Dolphins. Um, just kind of weird to me. And also another thing that's weird to me is like if you're in the Hall of Fame, I mean, if you're going into the Hall of Fame and you play for 2, 3 different teams, you should be in the Hall of Fame for all those teams. You know you play for all those teams. Although maybe those last 2 years you were trash for whatever team. At the end of the day, you that was part of your career. Your whole career is Hall of Fame, not just one specific season.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you stole my line, but I think you're right in the fact that things ended sour between the Chiefs and Tyreek Hill because
Yeah,
for him to like say that out of nowhere, it's kind of weird, you know. I remember hearing that. Well, I remember Tyreek Hill saying on a podcast that he wanted more touches, but then again, if you look at the stats, he had the second most receiving touches. I mean, the second most catches in the league his last year in Kansas City. So that was kind of weird that he would say it loud like that. And then I think he was right. I mean, I know you're right when you said that he left because of money as well. And I get it. I'm all for the players getting their money and whatnot, but I just don't see why he's making that kind of dig with the Chiefs when he won 2 Super Bowls there. And I think we can all safely say that he might not win one with the Dolphins. You know, this might be his best year. I mean, his best shot getting one this year with the defense they have and everything. But like, I don't think he's going to win one with the Dolphins. You know, so I think it's weird. I think it also says a lot about, like you said, how things ended with the Chiefs and whatnot. But I don't see where this is coming from. Like, I wish he would have touched more on it and saying why he wants to retire as a Dolphin than what.
yeah.
But you know, I guess that's just good for us. We can sit here and talk about why, speculate why. But I mean, I think that I just think that things ended sour, and which kind of surprises me. I think it's more so with the front office, between the front office and Tyreek Hill, because as we all know, Mahomes, Kelsey, Chris Jones, and Tyreek Hill, all the boys were tight. Them boys were tight. Them boys loved each other. I remember when the Chiefs were playing in the playoffs and Dolphins were at home. You know, Tyreek Hill was cheering on Mahomes all on Twitter and stuff, and saying how good he's doing, all that kind of stuff, down bad, and all that stuff. So I think you're right. It's all between the front office and Tyreek, and I think he just felt slighted in a way, which I still don't see how he felt slighted because I felt the Chiefs did everything they could to try to keep him. I mean, he was like their best wide receiver, third best player on the team. So I don't know, man. It's a weird situation, but I wish him nothing but the success, but nothing but the best. But all right, well,
Like
you have
it's not,
to
not nothing against Tyreek at all. Like I mean, he's a phenomenal player, but it's just weird, you know. And nothing against the Dolphins either. You know, we're saying that the Dolphins are not going to win the Super Bowl. I mean, they're. I think offensively they're capable. Defensively, they've added a lot of pieces that they could make they could make a push for the Super Bowl. This is the year to do that. I mean,
Yep.
as long as you keep to healthy, but it's just weird that he says that he wants to not retire, that he wants to go into the Hall of Fame as a Miami Dolphin and not as a Chief. If it was me, I would like to be in the Hall of Fame for both teams. That's just what makes sense. I play for both teams. My performance is for both teams. I would help both teams. I want both teams to be included in the Hall of Fame. I don't know. I just don't get the stupidity around against that.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Cool. So let's move on a little bit. Talk about Aaron Rodgers. So he recently restructured his contract, and I think he set back what 20 something million, 30 something million,
$35 million.
$35 million. He restructured his contract, $35 million,
Yep.
so the Jets can make some more moves. I know originally he had like a 2-year, $110 million contract left over with the Packers if my memory serves me right. And he obviously is restructuring that so he could definitely help the Jets make more moves to put more pieces around him so they can win the Super Bowl. I love that move, but I'm gonna let you go first, Ed. What do you think about that?
So I think that this shows exactly where Aaron Rodgers' mind is at, right? He wants to win. He wants to win another Super Bowl. He wants to win whatever they're capable of winning, which is the Super Bowl. However many Super Bowls they're capable of winning in the next 2 years. But I mean, it's clear you don't take a $35 million pay cut is huge, right? That's like not. We're not talking about $5 million. We're not talking about restructuring a contract where they take out $2 million and that opens up a whole another 10 million. You know how that works. We're talking about $35 million. That is significant, and so his mind is he is ready to win. He knows that he's at the end of his career, where he's going to be able to pass the ball past 40 yards. And let's be real, man, because like everybody gets to a certain age where your body is not going to be doing the same thing that you were able to do when you were 20 to 30 and 30 to 36 or whatever it is. He's
Yeah,
38, 39 years old already. He wants to win another Super Bowl. And that's absolutely, that's exactly what you should do. $35 million. I don't know who they're going after or who they could add here in the offseason or who they could trade for um, to because $35 million is like significant amount of money to go pay somebody. So
yeah.
like who could they go get? I guess they could get Dalvin Cook. You could get Dalvin Cook, but at the end of the day, like you already have Brees Hall, unless you're not very sure that Brees Hall healed up properly. It's just it's amazing to me. It's just like I'm not a Jets fan, right? And I know Pharaoh is ecstatic at these news. I'm not a Jets fan, but just like seeing how that program, how that organization has changed over the past 2-3 years, it's amazing. They first hired Coach Saleh, whatever, however you say his last name.
Yeah.
Uh, they beefed up that defensive side of the ball. They fixed up that offensive side of the ball last year when they added man, was that Brees Hall? You also added what's the wide receiver's name? I forgot the wide receiver's name.
I forgot his name too, but I know who you're talking about though.
Yeah, young buck came out already 1,000 yards. So like both of these, offensively they're a firepower and defense.
Hmm.
It's just amazing to see how our organization, if everybody's in the right mindset, you're able to flip it completely 360 degrees. But now you have your quarterback doing the same thing as you. That's just more motivation. Like as a teammate, seeing my quarterback take a $35 million pay cut, that's just going to make me want it even more. And so I'm excited to see this. First of all, I'm excited to see this Hard Knocks from HBO about the
Oh
Jets.
yeah,
And then the second thing, I'm excited to see how the season goes for them because that AFC East is absolutely disgusting. Well, not anybody. Every team except the Patriots are able to do something, and all three of those teams are stacked defensively and offensively. So I'm excited. This NFL season is going to be very exciting.
yeah, facts, bro. And I like how you said that the AFC East has flipped. I mean, it was usually the Patriots and then everybody else, right? And then what? 5 years later, now Patriots at the bottom, probably rebuilding mode, and now everybody else is at the top fighting for the top. You know what I mean? I love to see it. We all know we've been saying it that the AFC is the toughest it's ever been in our, or at least in our lives that we've ever seen. But to talk about the situation with Aaron Rodgers, I think it's beautiful that he took that massive pay cut because that sends a strong message to the whole organization, especially his teammates, that I'm here to effing win. You know what I mean? And what, he's 39 years old now, so this is it for him. This last 2 years, this is it. So I think $35 million. That's definitely that's some money you can get some old linemen for sure. Some 1 and 2 year contract for some good offensive linemen, some veterans maybe who you know you can depend on, who you know is going to be good for a playoff run. That's definitely what they can do with that. They can also still go for Dalvin Cook as well, but I think their first order of business is definitely getting the offensive line right to the point to where they can protect Aaron Rodgers all season long, so he's not taking constant hits, especially in the tough AFC when they're playing against the Ravens defense, the Browns defense, the Steelers defense, the Dolphins defense. all that stuff, all the stuff defenses. You're going to need an offensive line to protect you and that you have longevity throughout the season. So
Yeah.
I think they're going to get right on the offensive line. Maybe add a good running back or two to help out, to help spell Brees Hall, especially with him coming off his ACL injury. And I've been saying it before. I like the Jets, bro. I like the roster. I think they're going to win the AFC East. That's my hot take of the whole entire offseason. Jets winning the AFC East. And people look at me like I'm crazy when I say that, but I like their offense. I like what they're doing. I like Salah. I love their defense. I want to see the boys do well, man. And I really, really, really shout out to Farrell, by the way, bro. I fuck with Farrell. That's my boy. But I want to see the boys do well, man. And I think that they can do it, bro. I think they can do it. I just hope that they don't mess up this extra $35 million. And I think that Aaron Rodgers will be heavily involved with what they do with that extra money too, as well. Obviously, it's basically his money, so that we're going to basically try to use it the best he can. But yeah, man, we're gonna see. We're gonna see, but it's gonna be a good season. I already bought Red Zone. I'm excited. For sure.
Yeah, bro, I'm excited, man. This is gonna be a great season. And usually with the NFL, like, and maybe it's because my damn college team is ass for the past 2 years. That could be it, right? The Gators, man. Hopefully we turn it around. Billy's doing his thing recruiting wise. We're doing really good, so hopefully we turn it around here this year and the next year. But maybe because my college team has been ass for the past 2 years, I've been focused more on the NFL, or maybe it's because we're doing fantasy, dynasty fantasy. I don't know what it is, but I am very excited about this NFL season. I'm eager to see all these rookies come in and ball out. I'm eager to see how quarterbacks. It's exciting, and every single area that you see is exciting. You go over to the West Coast, you got Herbert just got a fat deal yesterday, right?
Yeah,
He's
I did.
second or third best, most paid quarterback, and that's not even Joey Burrow yet getting paid.
Yeah,
And then you have Geno Smith. The story of Geno Smith is it's exciting. I mean, you're talking about a guy that is on his however many team, and he's leading the Seattle Seahawks out there. And they added JSN to DK Metcalf and Lockett with not only that, the running back position, you got Kenneth Walker, and then the other running back that they just got this year, I forgot his name, but the running back from UCLA. Like, it's just everywhere that you look, every team has their own specific exciting news, and it's just
yep.
I'm very eager to see.
Facts, bro. Like you said, I think it does have a little bit with our teams not being that good this year. Probably won't be that good this year, and being trash last year. But the NFL as a whole has been exciting lately, and I got to give Roger Goodell his flowers. He's making it a lot, making it very exciting, and I'm excited to see how the AFC is going to turn out for sure. But the NFC won't be as exciting, but it's good to see teams like the Seahawks turn it around. The Jets turned it around these past few years. The Bills have turned it around. The Dolphins have turned it around. The Bengals have probably had the biggest blow up, honestly, because they were god awful.
Yeah, I mean they didn't win a playoff game in like 17 years, even though they consistently made the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
They never won it, which was the craziest thing. That's what was this the old coach there, Marvin something.
Marvin Lewis.
I don't know how he had his job for so long. Like, you go to the playoffs all these many years and you don't win one single playoff game. They finally say, "Get your ass out of here. We're gonna turn this place around." And yeah, I think that is the biggest jump organization wise.
Yeah.
You know, a team that they couldn't make the playoffs at all. They were absolutely booty butts, horrible. And then it takes two players to obviously there's other like role players, but you take two players and Joe Burrow and Chase Jefferson, Chase Jefferson and Chase. I'm drunk, bro. It's been a long
What
day.
the hell, Chase Jefferson?
Chase Jefferson and Chase, and turn the whole organization around. And I mean, they even made the play. They made the Super Bowl.
Yep.
The Eagles made a Super Bowl. They didn't win it, but they played a hell of a game, and it's just, yeah, it's exciting. I'm excited about the season, man.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, man. A couple more topics we got to cover. So, the NFL 100 has been gradually released over the past few days, and there's been some uproar about what's been going on. And I think the biggest one is the fact that Justin Fields is player number 86, but Trevor Lawrence is player number 96 on that list. What are your immediate thoughts with that one?
I think that's racism. I don't know. I don't even know how that makes sense, but that doesn't make any sense to me, bro. And I'm not saying that because Justin Field. I don't even think Justin Field should be in the top 100.
Yeah.
If we're being honest, but I guess I'm not, okay. So let's start from the beginning. I think Justin Fields is a hell of an athlete, right? Quarterback wise, while he was in Ohio State, he was phenomenal. He was great. But the problem is that in the NFL, he hasn't really won that many games. His interceptions to touchdown ratio is not very good.
Yep.
Passing wise, right? We're not talking about rushing wise. Passing wise, it's not very good. Um, he's an elite runner, right? Elite runner. Probably, I mean, last year he's definitely for sure the best running quarterback of the NFL because Lamar Jackson got injured. But for me to put him in the top 100 is crazy. I don't see it. I mean, how do you put somebody in the top 100 that's a quarterback and you have a losing record in your first 2 years in the NFL? I just don't get it. And stat wise, like last year, he flashed, yeah, like he could play quarterback, but he didn't really do much. I just and then but you got Trevor Lawrence who passed for 5,000 yards, however many touchdowns. I know he had a few interceptions because it's only his second year, and took the team to the playoffs. Came back from 28-0 to the Chargers, and you put him at 96. Come on, bro. Like, let's be real here, man. That's why when you ask me the first thing, what I think about this, it's got to be some type of racism. It doesn't make damn sense how you put
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence at 96.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. I love Justin Fields. Let me start with that too as well. I think Justin Fields is an incredible athlete. I
Yeah,
thought
man.
with him since he was at Ohio State. I was thankful that he did what he did at Ohio State instead of Georgia. I also got he transferred from Georgia. But the fact that he's not better than Trevor Lawrence, man. Like, come on, man. Like, I think even the Bears teammates would even say that they think Trevor Lawrence is better than Justin Fields. You know, I just think it's blasphemy. Like in the words of the great Stephen A. Smith, I think that they need to like. I think from now on, this list might be invalidated just off of that right there. And I also saw that Lamar Jackson's rated number 72. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I mean, I'm gonna read up the stats here for Justin Fields. He threw for 2,242 yards. Okay. 17 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. Okay, so his touchdown to interception ratio was better than I thought. But 2,242, that's a college stat.
it is.
That's
It
an
is.
elite, that's like an elite college stat. Uh,
Yep.
he ran for, let me see how much he ran for. Because that's the thing. I mean, people, the main thing that they see is like, oh, he runs so elite. Which okay, like yeah, but at the end of he ran and then he ran for 1,100 yards,
That's
right?
big.
So like that's big, and 8 touchdowns. But at the end of the day, your team won 6 games, and you only passed 2,000 damn yards. That's not very good for me to put you on top of above Trevor Lawrence, which I'm gonna look his stats right now. Trevor Lawrence passed for 4,113 yards, 25 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions. A
That's
QB, a QB rating of 95.2.
that's literally a 3-to-1, or a little bit better than 3-to-1 touchdown interception ratio. That's crazy.
Like, what are we talking about here, man? Nah, bro. See, now I'm pissed. What are you talking about, bro? And he rushed for, he doesn't really run that much, but he still ran for 330 yards, 2 touchdowns. So what are we talking about here, man? No, now I'm pissed.
Yeah.
I'm
No.
actually mad because that doesn't make any damn sense, bro. Doesn't make any sense. And we're not going to talk here like, you know what? I'm just going to be quiet, bro. Let's just move on. 96 is ridiculous. And I'm not even like that big of a Trevor Lawrence fan, but like 96? Come on, bro.
I refuse to believe that there's 95 players better than Trevor Lawrence. You know, I guess to end this episode with, we'll just stick with an NFL 100 list. We're not going to talk about the linemen today. We'll move on to next week. So, who would you say, if you had to make a list right now, who are the top 5 players in the league? I'm going to let you think for a second. I'm going to go with my list. So, 5. Well, number 1, I would put Mahomes. 2, I would put I forget, why am I forgetting his name right now, bro? I'm so mad, but the left tackle for the 49ers. You know what I'm talking about.
Trent Williams.
Yeah, Trent Williams. 3, I would put Zach Martin. 4, I would put Justin Jefferson.
Who was third?
Zach Martin.
Okay.
Yeah. 4, I would put Justin Jefferson. And 5, I'll probably put Joe Burrow.
Okay. What's his name? What is his damn name?
Yeah,
So I got mine. So I got number 1 Mahomes. 2, I got JJ, Justin Jefferson. 3, I got Williams. Actually, no, scratch that. Let me move that around. Mahomes, Aaron Donald, Justin Jefferson, Trent Williams, Travis Kelce.
I'm so pissed I forgot about Kelce and Aaron Donald. I don't know how I did. Because, me and you both are old lineman lovers. So, we always think about old linemen, and we know how good Zach Martin and Trent Williams are. But Aaron Donald literally is the best defensive player of all time. I don't know how I forgot about that. And it's just Mahomes is probably the best quarterback of all time. Best quarterback I've ever seen play. I don't know if you agree with that. But he's the best QB I've ever seen play. I think he's the best. He might be the best QB of all time. But, yeah, Aaron Donald, let me restructure it. Fuck that. Okay, hey, delete whatever I just said 3 minutes ago. 1 Mahomes, 2 AD, 3 Kelce, 4 Trent Williams, and 5 Zach Martin. Boom.
There we
go. That's way better.
Damn, no Donald. All right, well.
Yeah.
Maybe because he's older.
Not even that. It's just he's still. I feel like he's still him. I don't know why, because I feel like he took off but he was chilling last year for sure. But yeah. Well, if you have anything else to add, we might go ahead and wrap it up. Then we told you guys.
The last thing I got to say is these damn players for the top 100 need to stop. They need to stop smoking, because that's how you get the top 100. Is the players vote for it, and putting Justin Fields over Trevor Lawrence is blasphemy.
I agree.
And they added I think, if I remember correctly, Smitty was 100.
Smitty's at all right, bro.
I'm being serious. No, I need to look this up now. Bro, because now I'm actually pissed. Also, I wanted to cover one more thing, and this is the argument right now that's going between the owner of. Actually, let me look this up first. I don't want to be losing my mind here, talking about 2 different things. I'm trying to look for the top 100.
We're talking about the Colts owner and
yes.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, this is so dumb. Also, shout out to Colt Kmet for signing a 4-year, $50 million contract with the Bears.
Shout out to him, bro.
Well, it's crazy to me how you know what? Just shout out to him. I'm not even gonna say nothing. Shout out to him. Get your money, bro. Get your money.
That is so fucking funny.
Get your money, bro. I'm just gonna be quiet, bro. It just doesn't make sense, bro. I'm trying to get the top 100. I'm pretty sure that Smitty was the. You know what? Just Google it. It should don't make no damn sense, bro. There we go. Let's see if this loads. I'll let you know. This thing is pissing me off now. How's it not loading, man? I like it. Anyways, the point. I'm gonna. Look at this man, Omar, bro.
Oh,
Now we're gonna be lying, bro.
all right, man. Man, we ain't doing this today.
Omar, come on, bro.
We're not doing this today, bro. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's better than a lot of QBs, but he's not better than Trevor Lawrence. That's what we're saying. He's not better than Trevor Lawrence, and you know that. Omar, let's say Giants don't have a QB. Let's say Daniel Jones just retired today, and you had a choice between signing Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence. Who are you picking?
You better not cap either.
And don't lie. Daniel Jones, he decided he woke up today. He said he had a connection. He wanted to go be a wild force man. He didn't want to play football no more. But you got Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence. Who are you picking? And don't cap.
No capping.
I can't wait for his response, bro. It's gonna be funny.
That's there. He answered correctly.
Okay. All right. Now we're good. Thank you. All right. So that was the whole point. That was the whole point. Thank you.
And you know, there was a specific topic that we wanted to cover with Omar a while back, and it was about the top duos in the NFL. We're not gonna do that today. Hopefully, we can get them in the show next week. But it was the top wide receiver duos in the NFL, and he had a very, very impressive list, I guess. Look at him sending laughing emojis. Yeah, you know you sent some dumb stuff. Yeah, bro, look at this. D. Smith, 100.
That's
Come on, bro.
sickening.
Come on, bro. Harrison Smith, 97. Now, see, this has got to be racist.
Yeah.
No, I don't even know why this guy. See, I was gonna say something crazy. I was gonna say some hate about the Ravens, but I'm not even gonna hate. They got Marlon Humphrey over here at 92. Yeah, he's a top 100 player in the NFL.
Not as of recently, no. I don't think he was top 100 this past year, to be honest. No.
They got Dalvin Cook at 91.
All right.
See, so we're gonna close this. Somebody's drunk. All these players need to be drug tested. Please, whatever the commissioner's name is, please, yeah, Commissioner Goodell, whatever. Please drug test these people. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. But anyways, man, shout out to all. This is the last thing I got to say. Shout out to all the NFL teams going into training camp. That means that there's going to be football playing here soon. I believe that next week is when we start getting the preseason games, August 3rd or something like that. So
Yeah.
we're gonna have more topics to talk about, more players to cover, especially rookies because we're going to be playing more in the preseason. Obviously, unfortunately, we're going to have to cover injuries, but hopefully not too many of those. But I'm excited to see some football games here. College football is almost upon us. NFL is almost upon us here. It's gonna be fun. And also, man, we're gonna try to. We're gonna. This is the last thing. We're gonna try to get some high school recruits to interview. We have a few in the local area here in Gainesville that we want to interview. They have big offers. There's a guy that goes to a high school here, not even 5 minutes away from my house in Carter, and he has offers from like Notre Dame and offers from Louisville and offers from Miami. He has FSU and UF pending, so that's definitely somebody that we want to get on the show and try to interview and just see how the process is and just bring a different view than just NFL. We want to create another different avenue. But yeah, man, exciting things coming here, especially with high school football coming up soon. We can probably go interview some people. But yeah, man, I'm just excited. This is the time that this starts to blow up. A lot of more things to cover, a lot of more hot takes, a lot of more terrible takes, and a lot of more horrible ratings by these players that need to be drug tested.
Right. For sure, man. And like you heard Ed said, it's going to be a lot more exciting stuff soon. But in the meantime, if you guys haven't already, like I said, like, comment, subscribe. If you think we said something crazy, if you have something crazy to say, like that boy Omar just said, leave a comment. Any one of our platforms. That's TikTok, Twitter, Threads, Instagram, all that good stuff. Talk to us there. It's all under the same username, 352 Blitz. We love y'all. We appreciate you guys, and y'all take care. And we will see y'all next week.
Take it easy.
Have a good rest of your week.
Boomer, you're crazy.
Facts.